up, my beautiful, vibrant souls? Hello and welcome to your new moon intention setting reading. So this reading is intended to help you kind of figure out what intentions you should be setting at this beautiful, wonderful new moon in Sagittarius. Now this is geared toward the new moon in Sagittarius we're currently experiencing, though you can really, whenever you stumble across this reading, you're welcome to apply it for whatever intention setting you might be working on at that time. So, just a little bit to kind of keep in mind, anywhere in your chart that you have like Sagittarius placements, it might be particularly important to kind of be mindful of those placements when you're setting intentions, to manifest what it is that you most deeply desire. Sagittarius is really this energy of, higher learning, higher spirituality. It's all about optimism and expansion and travel. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So this is a great time just, for the collective to be setting intentions for expansion, for your growth, for your movement forward. If you've been looking to travel, if you've been looking to seek out higher education, higher knowledge, higher spiritual knowledge, anything along those lines are just kind of general guidelines for the most effective intentions you could be setting for this particular new moon. Though any new moon is a great time for intention setting, and especially with Sagittarius, anything about your spirituality, your spiritual growth, or your spiritual path is highlighted at this time. So you have 3 options to choose from. You have option 1 with the goldstone, you have option 2 with the amethyst, and option 3 with the sodalite. Feel free to take as much time as you need. You can pause the video if required. Make the choice that you feel the most intuitively drawn to, what resonates best with your energy. And when you're ready, go to the timestamps in the description box and head over to the options, the option linked with your selected choice. And with that, I'm going to get started with group 1. Hello, my beautiful, vibrant souls who are attracted to group 1 with this lovely gold stone. So right off the bat, I don't know why, I feel like this is a time to celebrate. I'm really noticing the coloration. I don't know if you can see it here with the like one darker stripe, but I feel like there's something where there was like maybe a crack in your foundation, because yeah, look, it goes all the way around. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there it is. There's like a crack in your foundation, or oh gosh, how do I want to put this? Like a rift is what I'm getting. There's something that needed to be mended, and I feel like that's finally happening. This is actually a theme that came out on a quick post on my Patreon today, so if this is resonating, you might want to go check that out. But yeah, I feel like there's something, there's cat fur here, you guys. I'm sorry. My cat is super fluffy. It was going to bother me. I'm sure it bothered him too. But yeah, so this just feels like a time to celebrate. For me, this goldstone especially is it's abundance, it's creativity, it's feeling in your power, in your element. This is a real 6 of Wands vibe to me. So I'm really excited whenever I see like this stone, whenever I'm drawn to the stone, or I see other people kind of pick a pile with that, because I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Go get it. So right away, this feels like a much lighter energy, a much lighter time. I really, really like this for you. So let's start. I've already pre-shuffled all your cards, because you can tell your girl's hand's still busted, although now I have this very, very nice splint going on instead of the raggedy one I had last time. So it's healing. Slowly but surely, we'll get there. So yeah, so I think I'm just going to put out all of your cards first. I want to make note, you guys were the only group that got 2 of these Sacred Geometry Activation Oracles. They popped out together and I felt like I should take them. So I'm just going to lay out all your cards first, because I like to read them as one big collective thing. Ooh, Sacral Chakra, look at this. This is card 2, in case that's important for you. And this says, the frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. Yes, and that's this goldstone like all day. All day. Put that back there. Oh, I love that. Look at this. So this is Delight. This is card 19. That would reduce to a 10/1. And this one says, the frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. Yes, I love this. Okay. I'm just going to put that there. Well, wait, think about this. Oh, she's so beautiful. So, let's see what else you got. You have, mystery. Okay. Let's see what we got. You have, when I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. I love when shit lines up like that. We have this lovely full moon image. So, and we also have this like full moon image right here too. So the full moon in Gemini coming up in a couple weeks may be particularly significant for you. But yeah, we'll talk more about it in a second. So let's see what you've got for your tarot. These three, you've got the Page of Cups. Look at that. Love it. You have, Judgment reversed, okay. And the Three of Pentacles reversed, okay. This is already feeling a lot like the energy in, like I said, my Patreon post today. That one's available to the public, so if you are feeling really drawn into this message as we go along and talk about it, I'd highly recommend checking that out. The link for my Patreon is in the description box below. Okay, so first of all, we have a lot of divine feminine energy going on. Love it. This particular card always reminds me of the moon card in the tarot. So what I'm kind of picking up, and I'm sorry, there's glare here. Let me see if I can scoot that out your way a little bit more. I live in an old house, so the lighting gets a little bit janky. You know what? This is good. We're just gonna roll with it. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so I want to mention we have the word manifest here. We have manifest here. We have joy here, and we have joyful right here. So I really like when there's this kind of connecting theme. And this is really centered around connecting with what makes you happy. This is really centered around connecting with your divine feminine energy in particular. And so this is like your creative potential. This is really kind of getting in flow. And this is what I feel like you guys have been kind of working on lately. Is like kind of clearing the way for this happier energy to come in. So this is what I'm feeling like is this is available to you, right? And in terms of what intentions you should be setting at this time, or what would be the most helpful, it's really to get in alignment with this universal kind of like, this joyful presence, right? And knowing that the universe is supporting you in everything you do, because right now I kind of feel like you're in this moon energy where things might be kind of hazy. Things are sort of, I'm hearing the word complicated. Things are complicated. I'm always drawn to on this card too. These are the same exact pillars, but there's one side where the shading is here and one where it's over here. So this always makes me feel like there's a situation that involves another party or like another energy, and it's like you're the same, but you're just like not seeing it, right? You're not communicating that. Maybe you're opposite sides of the same coin kind of a thing. There's a lack of clarity. There's a lack of understanding. And to me also too, this can speak to things just being slightly out of alignment when it comes to timing. And I can see this here as well with Judgment and the Three of Pentacles reversed, right? The Three of Pentacles can really talk about, it can talk about spiritual partnerships. It's really that like card of teamwork. So especially if this is maybe in the workplace or with friends, I'm feeling, I can definitely see that here, right? This is the feeling of like, this feels like it's like, again, complicated. It's frustrated. Maybe you're really, I feel like these are two people who are trying really hard to understand each other, but it's just not lining up. And it's very, very frustrating. And especially if this is like, again, a work situation or a creative project with this sacral chakra energy, it feels very frustrating. Like no matter what I do, no matter, what I say, we're really trying to connect. We're trying to figure this out. and it seems like we just can't figure out the way forward. Or maybe, there's something like, we're working toward this project, and if we only had XYZ, it would solve the problems, right? But you don't have whatever that thing is. And it feels like this very kind of like stuck energy, in terms of where you have been or where you currently are. And again, this is the energy that's available to you, right? And it's so interesting. We were talking about a rift earlier, because I haven't looked at these cards yet. And that's exactly what I was picking up. So there's like this rift between you and this other person. And I feel like it is creating a lot of, sorry, let me see if I can take care of the glare. Okay, we'll deal with that. I feel like it's creating a lot of stress and strain. And it's blocking progress moving forward, right? Especially with this Judgment card reversed. This is always, about like doing a life review. And it's interesting, first of all, we have 3 people here, 3 people here. So this might be you and 2 other people, or this might be like you, another person, and like a project or a situation that kind of hangs in the balance. And so I feel like with these 2 cards, like I said, Judgment can talk about making a big decision where, where there's the potential for like long-term impacts, right, with whatever choice you make. But there's also, it's about hearing the calling too. And it's interesting because this is usually depicted with Archangel Gabriel. And again, very much that creative kind of energy. But it's about hearing a calling, hearing a spiritual calling as well. And again, spiritual partnerships are kind of emphasized here. But what I feel like is that there's a solution that's currently not being explored or not being seen. And I feel like this is because there's a lot of like stuck emotion, because with the Page of Cups here, this is in terms of like, what intentions should you be setting? And it's interesting because the Crown is right here, right? So maybe there's too many people in this situation that are kind of like, vying for like a leadership position, or they want to do it their way, or it's like, I'm hearing the word protective as well. So maybe it's like trying to be very like protective of your ideas or your energy. Something just like won't budge. And it's creating like a blockage in this process, right? So in terms of what intentions to be setting, like I said, this is energy that's available to you, right? There is this beautiful creative potential, and it feels really good, right? There's a lot of joy here. There's a lot of happiness. And I feel like, first of all, with the full moon image here and here, that solution that you're looking for, that idea that you're looking for may come in around the Gemini full moon, which is in a couple of weeks. But this is really talking about doing something to like change your energy. And this would be something that would be beneficial to set your intentions for, is to kind of like set your intentions for this emotional openness and renewal, right? Because the Page of Cups like wears their heart on their sleeve, and the Page of Cups like just expresses their love. They're very open with their emotions. They don't really hold back. And again, I'm kind of picking up, right, because the shading is here. It's like both of you are, or however many people are in this situation, it's like you're all experiencing the same thing, but it's just like a little bit different, and it's like you're struggling to understand each other, or there's like a missing link in communication. It's like it should line up, but it doesn't, right? And what I'm feeling like here is that tapping into this divine feminine energy, because this is also, sacral chakra is the water chakra. It's our emotions and our empathy center, right? So like empathizing to this other person, or people involved, and really coming to it from a place of a lot of emotional innocence and purity. So especially if you're kind of like, fearful, if you're kind of, with this mystery energy, if you're assuming the worst about other people involved in this situation, Spirit's really saying that what it would be helpful to set your intentions for is for greater understanding, greater emotional connection to this person. Because when your energy is open and receptive, you're more likely to be able to create that kind of connective energy between you and the other person or the other people, right? And granted, it has a lot to do with their energy as well, their free will, what they do with their energy. But this is like, you can't control what other people do. So this is like setting your intentions to be in this very emotionally open space, because when you're in this energy, you're going to attract this energy where, you're trusting that following your joy, finding happiness in the process, really getting into this emotionally open place will attract other people to you who are like that. So either this will kind of uncomplicate the situation, or this will kind of give the other person or people involved in this situation permission to, I don't know what I mean, permission to feel my feelings, sorry. But like permission to, I don't know, it's so funny to me. Wow, okay, I gotta deal with this now. Okay, whew, I got this. This will give them permission to also kind of be in this Page of Cups energy. Or this will kind of attract more people to you who are in this kind of space, right? Who are connected to their joy, who are, open and receptive and really want to work with others, who can meet you where you're at and who can empathize. Yeah. Try to see if I get anything else for you. So, summing it all up, what's the best thing to set your intentions for at this time? I would say the best thing to set your intentions for are emotional cleansing and like clearance and openness, right? Connecting to that joyful energy, as well as connecting to your sacral chakra. So maybe doing some sacral chakra meditations or healing or balancing might be particularly impactful for you at this time. And this is what I feel like is going to bring in that kind of Sagittarian expansive energy for you folks, is really like this emotional clearance, especially too if you've had a lot of relationships or partnerships of any kind in the past where it's there's been this like struggle for power, there's this like I'm the leader, like there's this like struggle for power, there's this lack of teamwork, inability to work together, and if this has kind of worn on you over time and it's made, maybe you're a little bit jaded because of it, or maybe you're working with people who have been through this situation and they're a little jaded and it's really hard to make progress, again, whether this is like a collaboration, co-workers, like a spiritual partner, a romantic partner. This is just the energy. It feels very much like we're squaring off against each other. And it's like there's a lack of trust here, right? So setting your intentions to just connect with those happier, lighter emotions, and to know that the universe is going to has got you, right? And whether it's from, this person, the situation kind of relaxing and the tension relaxing, or it will bring in more people who are in this like relaxed, empathetic, emotionally open, excited energy, right? And again, I'm really noticing the crown that's on the, that's like on the land, right? It's like this person took their crown off. This person's not trying to be the leader. This person's not, again, I'm getting big power struggle energy. And it's like being very, very humble and coming to this space as equals. So if you've been in a challenging situation like that, I feel for you. But just setting your intentions to just be in this very expansive, light, victorious kind of energy may help either heal this rift or bring in people who are going to meet you in that space. And again, this was kind of a theme I saw that came up on my Patreon post for today. So that might be worth checking out for you. But that's all I have for my lovely group number ones. I hope this has been helpful. I am wishing you a safe, happy, healthy new moon. And I'm sending you guys all the love my little body can muster. Have a wonderful day, love bugs. Bye. Hello, and welcome to all of my vibrant souls who were attracted to group 2 with this lovely amethyst. So we are talking today about what intentions you should be setting specifically with this new moon in Sagittarius in mind. Now, being attracted to the amethyst, especially where it always comes to like a point like this, to me, this is all about your intuition and getting like, getting pointed in the right direction, or getting clarity and being on point with something. And where Sagittarius is a very spiritual energy, there might be something where you're out of alignment or you're unclear about which way to go in terms of your spiritual path. So setting intentions for that clarity and for being able to connect really effectively with your intuition would be highlighted at this time. I don't know, I'm also getting the number 317 in case that's important for anyone. So 317. I'm getting like lots of so immediately I'm getting lots of little signs and symbols that are coming to me for this group. So you may be looking for a sign, you may be looking for synchronicity. I'm seeing butterflies right now. I'm seeing otters and like opossums. I know those are very specific. I'm also seeing a keychain where somebody is like picking one of the keys out, and then the rest are kind of falling to the wayside. So they've got their key. So again, I feel like there's this energy here of trying to figure out what way to go, what's going to kind of unlock this path for you. If there's a piece of information where you're like, I know there's something I don't know, it's a known unknown kind of energy. I just looked at the camera and it was 317. That's dope. Okay. Whew, that's awesome. But yeah, this is like looking for those answers, and spirits trying to connect with you, but it's like maybe there's this, like this cloudiness. Maybe the answers that you're getting intuitively really conflict with what you're seeing in front of you, and you're having trouble trusting them. There's just something here where it would be helpful to set an intention to be able to connect very clearly with your intuition and have, fortitude and courage and strength to follow it, no matter what. It's like follow it before it makes sense kind of an energy. So I have already shuffled your cards because your girl's hand is still a little bit busted. So let's see what y'all get. Starting off, we have, synergy. So this is card 41. That reduces to a 5. And this one says, the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Okay. Oh, can you guys see that? All right, sorry if there's a little bit of glare. I'm doing my best. Okay, so this is, to me, again, with the number 5, there's shifts and changes in your life, and especially with, never before seen combinations and unions. This is kind of that energy to me where something new is trying to emerge, and I feel like it might be different than anything that you've ever really done before. And this might be where you're having trouble trusting it, where it's like, or, it's kind of one of those things that it's emerging right now, but you can't see it yet. And as a result, you might feel confused, or might feel like, like I'm almost getting like, if you're traveling along a path, it's like, oh, did I miss my stopping point? Or like, where the paths diverge, did I miss my exit? Essentially is kind of the energy going on here. But Spirit really wants you to know, like, nope, synergy, everything's working together. Oh, excuse my hiccup. Sorry. Coffee makes me hiccup super badly, and I just had my coffee a little while ago, so here we are. But yeah, this is like, no, you haven't missed it. There are shifts and changes happening, and even when it feels like you're by yourself, or you're kind of left to figure it out alone, you are still in a co-creative energy with Spirit. You might just not be able to fully see the picture yet. So again, setting intentions to connect with your intuition better, or to trust your intuition better. And I'm hearing developing, okay, so developing your intuition as a language, right? Because I talk about this a lot, and I'll keep it short because the air up on my soapbox is thin. But, you know, your intuition is so personal, right? It's the language that the universe uses to speak to you. And developing that language that you use to communicate with your spiritual team, your angels, your guides, your past on loved ones, your ancestors, your deities, with, you know, with your great big something, essentially, is such a personal experience. So I don't know why I'm getting for some of you, maybe you haven't really found your intuitive style yet, or you haven't fully developed that language yet, especially if you're trying to kind of like, let's say, read cards or, you know, channel information. If you do it the way other people do it, if it, you know, when it doesn't work for you like that, it's not gonna work, right? I don't know why I'm feeling called to share this, but I'm gonna go for it. We're here. Send it, my sweet babies. But yeah, it's like this energy of like, if you try to do it in a way that's inauthentic to you, it's not gonna work as well. And so spending time developing your personal language to speak to spirit is going to be particularly helpful at this time. So yeah, let's see what else you get. Yeah, exactly. Being in flow. Being in a little squiggle land. I love it. All right. And then you have, oh, I am the dreamer of my dream. Yes, you are. All right. Can you see that? Yeah. And for your tarot, we have, sorry, I'm having trouble working one-handed. The Eight of Cups reversed. Okay, I feel like I can already see where this is going. The Knight of Wands reversed. Okay. Oh, and the High Priestess. What were we just talking about? Okay, I'll stop being a dick. So with the Knight of Wands reversed, you could be dealing with a masculine fire sign, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, roughly between the ages of 18 and 30. Does not have to be. Oof, sorry, I'm shifting, so I'm really sorry if you can hear my bones crack. They do that a lot. But yes, so you might be dealing with a masculine fire energy. This could be you. High Priestess, I always read her as Piscean energy. But what I'm getting here immediately, first of all, I like that we have this water crashing up and we have this fire like crackling up. It's like there's this like this intense emotional and spiritual energy that's like propelling you forward at this time. And maybe this is why you're having trouble like, you know, kind of making a choice, because there's this like feeling of intensity, and this might be something where you're feeling it but you're not seeing it in your external reality, and it's like causing tension and anxiety is what I'm hearing. But the first thing here with this version of the Eight of Cups, you know, look at the waters crashing up like that. The first thing I heard was like, I'm drowning. So this might kind of have that feeling, but right away with the Eight of Cups reversed, there's something that's really just not serving you anymore, and this might be resistance to change. This could be a person, possibly this Knight of Wands energy. This could just be like this timidity or trepidation, right? Because I'm looking at the Knight of Wands right now, excuse me, and he is somebody who goes after his passions. He is enthusiastic, you know, just like so excited. He's motivated as hell. He is like, let's go, let's do it right now. And this is also for your creative and spiritual energy because it's the wand suit. So there might be something where, especially with I am the dreamer of my dream and this synergy energy, that's really weird to say, synergy energy. There might be something that you really have been wanting to go for. You really want to pursue, you really want to create, but there is this, again, trepidation is the word. It's not full on fear, it's this trepidation. And I feel like this is because with the Eight of Cups reversed, it's asking you to leave something behind. And the thing with the Eight of Cups is that this is always something we poured our blood, sweat, and tears into. We're really emotionally attached, but it's not serving us anymore. And again, with this energy of like, I'm drowning, I feel like whatever this is, you've been on the deck of this sinking ship for a while, trying to make it work or trying to ignore the idea that you're sinking, right? And I feel like whatever this is, this drains your energy with the Knight of Wands, because I almost feel like this is you. in this situation. Again, if this is a person, this is somebody who is, when it's good, but they're inconsistent. They're in and out of your life. They're not very, with him being reversed, they might not be very motivated. Excuse my burp, I'm sorry. They might not be very motivated. They're just kind of, I'm really looking at the crescent moon. And so if this is a person in your life, this is somebody who puts in some energy, some effort, and then just like it falls to the wayside. It's like they can only get so far in their investment, right? So if this is like a creative collaborator, they only do so much. If this is like a potential romantic situation, this person can only really give you so much, and that's kind of where they fall short. But in general, I'm kind of reading this more as like your energy, or your progress moving forward. And what I feel like this is really talking about is that, I'm the dreamer of my dream. First of all, you might be getting a lot of messages in your dream time, especially with this high priestess. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But this is like you've been dreaming about this thing. You've been manifesting this both consciously and unconsciously, I feel like. And the universe is responding with this synergy energy. But we have this 5, meaning that there do need to be like shifts and changes, and that's always tough, right? Like nobody likes that. We as human beings struggle a lot with change, and for a lot of good reasons that I'll save for another rant. If you guys want to hear it, put it, drop in the comments. But we really struggle with change, and it's understandable. But what Spirit's kind of trying to let you know is that, and I feel like you already know this deep down, like with this high priestess here. What Spirit's trying to let you know is that, like, things are being aligned for you, right? It's really important to be in flow at this time and just let whatever needs to leave your life, let it, right? Whatever is fallen out of alignment with you, let it. Because the 8 of Cups is holding on to that thing that you've invested so much emotional energy into, but it doesn't serve you anymore, right? It's stagnant. It's like, this is like holding on to something because of like fear, obligation, guilt kind of territory. Or just, that like sunken cost fallacy. And maybe that's why I'm kind of get that feeling of like, I'm drowning. Because I feel like you're trying to like climb your way out of this situation, but it's like you can't climb fast enough. And I feel like Spirit's trying to give you a boost, right? Where it's like, it's almost kind of like, what I'm almost picking up here is like, this is falling apart. Whatever this situation is to you, this is falling apart. And I think that there's this kind of struggle within you where there's relief and there's this understanding that this will allow you to move forward, but there's also this fear and maybe a little bit of like sadness, but again, trepidation is the word I'm picking up on. So if this were like a job, maybe this is an unfulfilling job that you can't stand, right? And you want to strike out on your own and do something different and manifest a different, career for yourself. And this is kind of like, oh, we're having a lot of cutbacks at work, or, something like that. Or, maybe there's a lot of really terrible policies that aren't working for you, right? This is like the ship is sinking is what I can hear. Like the ship is sinking. And I feel like, at least deep down, if not consciously, this, right? And I feel like you also know that this is Spirit trying to like give you a leg up in this situation. But there's this fear to take action on it. Look, because they're squaring off, right? It's like there's this fear to claim your power and take action toward what it is that you desire. And I get that. Like, that's hard. And I feel like, excuse me, I feel like what's happening here is that you're getting signs from Spirit, and you might be doubting them right now, where it's like, which way do I go? What do I do? Or there's like, again, there's this fear of letting go, because there's a little bit of a journey between where you are now and where you want to get to. And like with this flow energy, there's a current and Spirit's going to carry you there, but there's going to be a period of time where you're kind of in the void and uncertain. With this high priestess energy here, she is very intuitive. She is, of the spirit realm. She reveals occult knowledge to you when you're ready to know it. And she lives within all of us, right? We all have this high priestess within us. It's just a matter of opening the door and tuning into that gut instinct, that gut feeling that we have, that, when the path diverges, it's that, no, go this way, go that way kind of strong energy, right? And what Spirit's kind of trying to tell you here is that even though the way forward is not clear right now, you are being given the answers as you need them, step by step. You are going to get there. But we can't welcome the new when we're still hanging on to the old, right? When we don't have any room for it. So, summing all of this up, what would it be helpful to set intentions for? It'd be helpful to set intentions not only for being able to get in touch with your intuition and hear it clearly, but I would also say for peace, maybe courage, conviction of self, to be able to go with the flow and move toward what it is that you truly desire, what you're trying to manifest. Because with all the purple here, this is part of your spiritual path. There's a lot of spiritual energy backing you up. And even if you can't see all the steps moving forward, know that spirit is working with you. And they're just showing me this image of like a parent holding a kid in the water while this kid's trying to learn how to swim, and the kid's like flailing horribly because they think they're drowning. So it might feel in certain moments like you're drowning, but spirit's always holding you in that water. Spirit would never put you in a situation that's setting you up for failure. And would never put you in a situation that you couldn't handle. Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm seeing for group 2. I hope this was helpful. I am wishing you guys the safest, happiest, most beautiful new moon possible. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye, guys. Hello and welcome to all of my vibrant souls who are attracted to group 3 with this beautiful sodalite. Look at her. She's gorge. So right off the bat with the sodalite, I am feeling this need for peace. I'm hearing that like if you just recently made a big change, I feel like there's a lot of exhaustion, and there's this need to kind of settle into this new energy, this new frequency. But yeah, there's this need for peace. There's this need for just like calm. I'm getting that super strongly. So let's see, because I immediately got super tired as well. So I was like, oh, you guys must be exhausted. I can't get to stand up straight. That's as close as we're going to get. So I have actually already shuffled your cards for you because your girl's hand is still busted. So I just want to lay out your oracle cards and let's see what you get so I can get more information. Oh, look at all that blue. Okay, so you guys got empowerment. This is card 26, and that would reduce to an 8 in case that's important for you. And this says, the frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. Yes. Okay. You guys see that? Oh, there's a little bit of glare. What happens if I turn it this way? That's better. Okay. So yeah, exactly. With empowerment, first of all, I'm noticing there's 5 of these little shapes on the outside of the design. So again, there's been a lot of shifting, changing. I feel like you've just overcome some challenges. And this is like, there's like this energy of you're in a new frequency now, but I feel like it was not easy to get there. And there's this need to find peace with that. And also there's this need to know that you made the right choices. And there's this need to know that things are settling down. The energy is like, I feel like it's like the worst is over kind of a scenario. Like the energy's settling down. It's not going to be as crazy anymore. You did it. You made it through. And this is why I'm kind of getting this energy, like you made it into a new frequency and now you're just like, oh, okay, I need a break. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of this has to do with, with all the blue and the sodalite, there's a lot of throat chakra energy here. So a lot of this has to do with connecting to your authentic truth and then expressing that authentic truth. And with, the number 5 kind of making itself apparent here, I feel like this could have caused a lot of strain and struggle with other people in your life. Or this could have kind of caused, what I'm hearing is a domino effect where like a couple of major things or like, it's just a few very noticeable things in your life had to kind of shift as a result of you really claiming your power in however this has manifested for you. So like Spirit wants to say good job, by the way. And with the number 8 kind of being apparent here, this is getting you closer to your manifestation. This is like helping to bring in the abundance that you've been looking for. But I feel like right now is kind of a rest period a little bit, and that is totally okay. So let's see what else you get. You have, yeah, security. Okay, I see. And yeah, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. I love this. Okay, I kind of want to pull your tarot right now so I can look at all of them together. So you've got, oh, the Empress. Look at her. She's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Then you have the 6 of Pentacles. You guys, this is lovely. I love this for you. And then the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So here is what, there's a lot of earth energy here. We have feminine earth energy, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, represented with the Queen of Pentacles. And with the Empress, we have Taurus and Libra represented. For some of you, you may have just become parents with the Empress here. But what I'm getting is, so, okay, the Empress is always, she's like divine feminine energy through self-mastery, because she's all 4 queens of the tarot in one. So whenever the Empress shows up in a reading with one of the queens, particularly when one is reversed, this tells me that this was the area you had to work on. So with the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you've been in this place. There's a lot of energy here around work, and so this recent full moon eclipse in Taurus may have really brought in a huge shift for you, right? And I feel like you've been really working hard on trying to get your abundance, and trying to, I don't feel like this is just about your material abundance too. This is also about, I feel like good giving and receiving, right? Because the 6 of Pentacles is all about, reciprocity. It's all about, being generous. It's, you're giving as good as you get, and you're getting back what you put out there. And I'm really noticing, because the Empress is breastfeeding, it's like maintaining, she's giving to her baby, right? And she's like maintaining her energy at the same time. So there may have been this kind of like difficult energy exchange where you were always kind of giving more than you were getting back, or maybe like there was this, it kind of has this energy of like, oh, if I would just put in the time, eventually I'm going to kind of see my just rewards, or kind of, another thing I'm picking up on is like, I don't want to rock the boat. So like, let's say if this is at work, you might have been that person that would take on extra work just because like your coworkers, asked you for help. Even if you don't have the time, the energy, even if you're not getting compensated or you're not getting recognized for it, you may have kind of been that person, because the Empress is very giving, as is the Queen of Pentacles. When the Queen of Pentacles is upright, she's super stable, very grounded, very nurturing, very supportive. But she's reversed here, and this to me always kind of, this can talk about being ungrounded, or just like, I don't want to say unstable, but like lacking a certain amount of balance. That's what, because I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm like rocking side to side and like trying to balance myself out. And I feel like there's something here with security where it's like these two sides of yourself. Because again, this is usually in the traditional tarot, this card has a set of scales on it. I feel like there's something where it was out of balance, and as a result, it was kind of, you may have been like, this could be also staying in a job that you absolutely abhor, because it's, it has financial security, but you hated it, because we also have the universe works fast when I'm having fun. But just in general, I feel like you've been stepping into this empowerment energy. And if you're at the precipice of this and you haven't really gotten there yet, setting intentions for this would be very, very beneficial. But I feel like for many of you, you've kind of taken a major step to deal with this. And honestly, now is the time to set intentions for having fun, for expansion, right? For, receiving your abundance, because I feel like you've already done the work. If you were attracted to this pile, like you've already done the work. You've been working really hard to heal whatever is going on internally that, Oh, excuse my hiccup, I'm sorry. It was very small, but it was there. It's like you've already done the work to heal whatever subconscious programming that you had that created this pattern of always overgiving and never being receptive enough, right? Or maybe manifesting people in your life who are just going to take from you, right? So this feels like creating a healthy balance with giving and taking. If you've also been working really, really hard to try to kind of like secure your finances, to get that under control, I feel like that's something where you've either made it or you're very, very close. Because again, Empress, she's upright. So I feel like you've been working on this Queen of Pentacles energy so you can be in this grounded, supportive place and still be grounded and supportive within yourself and supporting yourself. Excuse me. Because, there's with these hands right here, I feel like you're somebody who generally has no problem giving, right? Like you have no problem giving to other people. And there is this struggle with healthy give and take that you've been working through. And so now is really the time. Again, there's like this very tired, exhausted energy. And now is really the time to kind of set intentions to, honestly, to have fun. If you haven't really gone out and like just played, or you kind of, had I don't know, like if you've kind of just been you've been in the grind, whether this is at work, whether this is kind of doing self-work or both, it's really important to set intentions for this more lighthearted energy to go out, to play, to really, I feel like, receive the abundance of this new kind of energy, this new frequency you're working with, because you've earned it, like you've already done all the work. And so now is really a time where it's just about like setting intentions for that. And also too, let's say, for example, if you were unhappy in your job and you decided to like strike out, because the Empress is also usually in the traditional card, she's usually pregnant. So this indicates that you're ready to like birth something new into existence. And that doesn't have to literally be a baby. Excuse me. But it's just like you've brought something new into your reality, right? And so like if you, for example, started your own business, or you're trying to start your own business, setting intentions to have a good balance of like, what am I trying to say here? Setting your intentions to, to be in your power fully, to have fun, but also to be chasing, to be creating security for yourself and be chasing that empowerment might be helpful. Again, for many of you, I feel like you've already kind of done this work. And so if I had to kind of sum everything up, I feel like you're on the right track. But if you wanted to set intentions for this new moon, this would be a time, I feel like, to expand, because that's Sagittarian energy, and maybe find new hobbies, new creative projects, new ways of expressing this divine feminine energy, because I feel like that's only going to serve you, both to keep you grounded and like, again, that self-support, but also in whatever your work is, whatever it is that you're trying to create. I feel like that's only going to serve you moving forward, right? So like valuing your own happiness, valuing your own dreams is part of your personal empowerment. And like I said, I feel like if you were attracted to this group, you're on track. It's just a matter of like, keep going, make sure you take time to rest and have fun, and set intentions, especially if you're somebody who you have a hard time letting yourself have fun and enjoying that, setting intentions to, to come to terms with and to find peace with the fact that, a healthy work-life balance, right? Like good work comes from good play, essentially. So I think that is just about everything I have for group 3. I hope you have a safe, happy, and healthy new moon. I'm wishing y'all the best, the brightest, and the most beautiful things that life has to offer. Take care, love bugs, okay? All right, bye.